in a cozy little town, nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling river, lived a brave and curious girl named Lina. Lina wasn't afraid of the dark. In fact, she loved it. To her, the night was a soft, velvet blanket sprinkled with diamond dust stars. One evening, while exploring her grandmother's attic, she found something truly magical, a small, ornate lantern made of silver and moonstone. As dusk fell, Lina lit the lantern, and, to her amazement, it didn't just cast a warm glow. It cast a beam of shimmering, liquid light that danced in the air, revealing things that were invisible just moments before. This was the midnight lantern, and it held a wonderful secret. That very night, as Lina shone the lantern's beam toward the sky, a tiny, sad whimper reached her ears. She followed the sound to a patch of moonflowers in her garden. There, curled up on a soft petal, was a little star, no bigger than her thumb, blinking faintly. "What's wrong, little one?" Lina whispered. The star sniffled, its light flickering. "I'm Twilo," it chirped in a voice like tiny bells. "I was practicing my twinkle dances with my family in the Little Dipper, but I tumbled and fell all the way down here. I'm lost, and I can't find my way back." Lina's heart went out to the little star. Holding her lantern high, she said with a determined smile, "Don't you worry, Twilo, my midnight lantern can reveal invisible paths. We'll get you home, I promise." With Twilo tucked safely in her pocket, Lina stepped out into the night. She pointed the lantern toward the old woods behind her house, and a path of glowing blue mushrooms appeared, leading deep into the whispering forest. The trees here had silvery leaves and hummed gentle tunes. But soon their path was blocked by a grumpy old badger who was hoarding all the fallen berries for himself. "You can't pass," he huffed. "These are all mine." Twilo whimpered, his light dimming with fear. Lina remembered the lesson her grandmother taught her. Kindness can open any door. She pulled a sweet apple from her satchel. "Mr. Badger," she said softly, "you must be very hungry to need all these berries. Would you like to share my apple? It's very juicy." The badger blinked, surprised. No one had ever offered to share with him before. "Hitsukabaichi," and his grumpy face softened. "Well, thank you," he mumbled. "It is delicious. You may pass and you can take some berries for your journey." Lina smiled. Sharing didn't mean you had less. It meant you both had more. The journey continued until they reached the edge of the giggling river, a wide, fast-flowing stream that chuckled and sang as it flowed. There was no bridge in sight. "How will we ever cross?" worried Twilo. Lina raised her lantern. The beam revealed a line of smooth, flat stones just beneath the water's surface, but the current was strong. Suddenly, a family of otters popped their heads up. "Looks like you need a hand or a paw," one of them chattered. They showed Lina how to brace herself against the current and helped guide her from one stone to the next, forming a little chain of support. Lina learned that sometimes you can't do everything on your own, and it takes courage to ask for help. Safely on the other side, she thanked the otters, who waved goodbye with splashes and giggles. As they climbed higher, the air grew cooler. They reached the foot of the cloud mountains, their peaks so high they tickled the belly of the night sky. "My home is up there," Twilo chirped, his light growing brighter with hope. But the peaks were too steep to climb. Lina shone her lantern upwards, and a magnificent bridge made of solid moonlight appeared, arching from the mountain peak right down to their feet. It looked slippery and very, very high. Lina's hands grew clammy. She was brave, but this looked scary. She took a deep breath and looked at Twilo, who was blinking at her with complete trust. "It's okay to be scared," she told herself, "but it's braver to keep going." She took one step, then another. The bridge was solid and safe, holding her firmly. With each step, her confidence grew. She realized that believing in yourself is the first step to doing amazing things. At the top of the bridge, they were so high they could almost touch the constellations. The Little Dipper was right there, but one star was missing. "Mama, Papa," Twilo cried out, shining as brightly as he could. The other stars in the constellation turned, their lights blinking with joy. A shimmering path of starlight extended down to scoop up the little star. Twilo turned to Lina, his light warm with gratitude. "Thank you, Lina. I'll never forget you." Before he floated back to his family, he blinked once more, and a tiny speck of stardust fell from his tip and landed on the midnight lantern. The lantern now pulsed with a soft, starry glow. Lina watched as Twilo rejoined his family, his twinkle dance, the happiest she had ever seen. Holding her lantern, which now held a little piece of the night sky, Lina made her way back home. The glowing mushrooms lit her path, the river whispered a lullaby, and the old badger waved from his den. She was tired, but her heart was full. She had helped a friend, learned about sharing and courage, and discovered the power of believing in herself. Back in her cozy room, Lina placed the midnight lantern on her windowsill. It cast a gentle, starry light across her room, a beautiful reminder of her adventure and the little stars she helped guide home. And as she drifted off to sleep, she knew that every night holds the promise of magic, waiting for someone with a kind heart and a brave spirit to discover it. Thanks for watching our story. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more magical adventures.